Hi everyone, I am a 33-year-old autistic virgin, and I have almost never worked in my life. You may be wondering, how did I make money for all those years? Here's how. So first of all, I worked a little bit before 18 and after 18 at my father's grocery store. I worked a certain amount of months, less than 1 year total, over the course of around 5 years or more. So I worked there to try to get money to buy some video game consoles and video games, maybe even a computer at some point, stuff like that. But I didn't really like it. So at some point, I was tired of forcing myself to do something that I didn't like. So I completely stopped. So besides that, there's other sources of income, okay, that helped me, actually, at least a little bit at the time, okay, over a certain amount of years. And one of them is that I went to Ubisoft Montreal to do some playtests. Okay, so it doesn't count for a job, but I playtested around 15 games. So it was a long time ago, but so after playtesting those games, they give you the choice. Actually, you can choose between money or some Ubisoft games. So sometimes I took the money, sometimes I took the games. If you took the money, it was they gave the minimum salary. So yeah, it's something that I liked at the time, but then I was tired of playing video games, of forcing myself to go through stuff like that, because sometimes those games can be glitchy, and I stopped playing a lot of video games at the time, so I stopped going there. Another thing that I did is that I sold some stuff. Obviously, I sold some video games or other things that I had, and it helped. Okay. So next, I did some surveys on the internet. Okay, for a certain amount of time, I forced myself to do some surveys. Okay, so it was boring, but it helped a little bit. And I won't lie that at some point, okay, in certain questions, I lied a little bit in the survey, because I felt that if I didn't say something, okay, a specific thing, they were not going to accept me for the survey, and I was not going to make money. So I did that a little bit. But at some point, I was just plain tired. So I completely stopped. And generally, I almost always refuse to do surveys now, even if they give a little bit of a couple dollars. Like, I'm tired of that. Okay. So the next thing that I did is called PTC websites, paid to click. So what it is that you go on a website and you register, you click, and you can click on some ads. Some people pay to have some ads on the website, and you can click on an ad and you could get like from around 1/10 of a cent to 1 cent, sometimes a little bit more. And I did that maybe for a couple of years. Like every single day, okay, I was clicking like crazy. Okay, so I was registered on maybe around 10 PTC websites or more. It was pretty overwhelming, but you know what? I was desperate to get some money a little bit. And at the time, I ended up making maybe over the course of I don't know exactly how much, but total, you could say that I probably made more than $1,000 with the surveys plus the PTC websites. It was definitely more than $1,000 after a certain amount of years. I don't know if it's like 2,000. But anyway, I also stopped that completely. Okay, that's freaking annoying. You gotta be freaking motivated to constantly click on those ads, because you also have to wait sometimes, okay? Like the 30 seconds or less, or 10 seconds, because in some websites, if you don't have the browser open, okay, it's not going to work, and it's not going to give you the money. So anyway, I completely stopped doing that. So, okay. Then I have to mention that from like 18 years old to today, the government gave me a certain amount of hundreds of dollars per year. So this is not welfare. It's less than 1,000, but it helped. Okay, so at some point it was less. I think starting at 18 years old, it was less, but at some point they gave me more. And I used this money to buy some video games and stuff like that. So I was living with my parents. I lived with my parents for 32 years. And I have to also mention that, of course, they fed me for all those years. I didn't pay for much food. They paid for the internet. Sometimes I helped a little bit for certain things related to the internet, but they paid most of it. Okay, so at some point I had to pay for my clothes and stuff like that, obviously. But the money the government gave me here helped me because I didn't buy much stuff. Okay, so it was pretty useful. So finally, at 30 years old, I was put on welfare. So yeah, for 18 to 30, I didn't really have welfare. And one of the reasons for that is that I was not diagnosed with autism at the time. Okay, it took a lot of time, unfortunately, for me to get diagnosed. And then I finally got diagnosed, and this is when I applied for welfare, and it was accepted. So I have more money, let's say, than regular people on welfare, I guess, because of autism. So I have more than they give me more than $1,000 a month. So I won't tell you precisely, but it's more than $1,000 plus what I told you that they gave me. They give like a couple hundreds every couple of months. So total, this may be around $15,000 a year. But of course, I have to pay my rent. I'm in an apartment right now. I have to pay my food. I have to pay the internet, electricity, and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't have necessarily much money remaining every month, but it's fine. So that's pretty much what happened for me. Okay, that's pretty much how I made money for all those years. And today I don't make money whatsoever on the internet. Except recently I did some lives on TikTok, man. Some people gave me some coins, and I made a couple dollars. But that's it. So I'd like to mention that it's not my goal, okay, to stay on welfare for all my life. Obviously not. But I'll have to find a way, okay, to make money in the future. It's not necessarily going to be easy because I don't like ads, so I don't really like the idea of putting some ads on my YouTube channel or stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe it's going to come from donations. Besides that, it's going to be harder to find a way, maybe like to sell something to get some money. But that's about it. So this should be pretty clear about how I made some money, and if you were wondering how I actually made to this point. So thanks for watching, and see you in another video.